haven't been following along, I normally do not do unboxing or tech type videos, but I had to buy a new phone, so I decided to make a video about the tail of the phone, and I also found out a few tips that might be useful for the new phone. The phone I had a long time ago was a very old phone. It's a Nokia 6030. This is a chocolate bar type phone, and it's running on the T-Mobile network. It's a pay-as-you-go phone, so you have to buy airtime cards and fill it up as the minutes run low. To let you know how old this phone is, it's actually a 2G phone, which remarkably the network of 2G is still active, although they're making comments that they're going to shut it down, which prompted me to look into a new phone. I kept the old phone active, although there's a remote possibility that you can transfer your number from the old phone to the new phone. But that would require a port out number, which I don't know how to get that. So I decided to get a new phone and to get a new number. The phone that I looked into before I purchased it was a Tracfone MyFlip2 by Alcatel, which is this phone here. And it's a bit of a tale of getting the phone. First I went to Dollar General, which is supposed to sell Tracfones, and Dollar General #1, they didn't have any Tracfones. They had some other phones there, but they didn't interest me. The next place I looked was Walmart. Walmart had absolutely zero Tracfones. They had a number of AT&T pay-as-you-go phones. I don't know why that is that they had a case full of AT&T pay-as-you-go phones. Must not be very popular. Well, I don't know what the deal was, so I headed over to Dollar General #2. Dollar General #2 did not have any of the Alcatel MyFlip2s, although they did have a low-end Samsung Tracfone, which was slightly higher in price than this phone. So I continued my quest to search for a MyFlip2 Tracfone. I then went to Meijer, and in the electronics department, in a laptop case, I had 2 Tracfones that were Alcatel MyFlip2s. So I contacted the assistant there, and they were able to get one out of the case, which I decided to purchase. The phone costs $19.99, and it comes in a box like this. Very stylish box. And inside the box with the clamshell, you get the phone, you get the charging card, you get a quick start guide, you get sort of a manual, and you get the card with the IMEI number on it, and you get the terms of service, which is a long-winded recitation of all the rules and regs. I also had to purchase a airtime card to get the Tracfone service going. And then I went online and to Tracfone.com and activated the phone. It's fairly easy. You have to go through all of the options that are laid out to you and enter all the info in, and then what you do is you have to set up an account. Then you fill in your PIN number off of the airtime card, and you receive a text that your phone is active. Then what you can do once it's active, you can go into the phone and set up your voicemail. It's all pretty easy. There's no tricks to it. And just to let you know why there's no tricks to it, I didn't even bother to open up any of these manuals or guides. I searched into it ahead of time, and it seemed like no trouble, and it went exactly as planned. So activation was a success. I'm going to keep this old phone for the moment. What I had purchased this old phone in originally was for an emergency phone. Suppose you break down or you happened was, as a number of web portals were requiring two-factor authentication, they required you to receive a text so you could get on the site. So this then served a purpose that you were able to get a text, enter in the code, and proceed along entering the site. I plan to do the same thing with the Tracfone, as it obviously has the talk and the text capability. This phone also has a form of web access, which I don't need, is that's going to eat up a lot of megabytes, and it's going to cost a lot if you're going to continually be online via the browser and the store that is favored on there. So the new Tracfone is going to only be for talk and receiving text, and possibly sending text if I need to. I can do that too. I'm not going to go into the text part of it right now because that's its own deal in itself. The texting is via the keyboard. As on the old Nokia, what you do is you hit each key successively, and it is able to toggle over to one of the letters. So it's a laborious process to get your message typed out if you have to successively tap each key to toggle one of the letters in the spaces. I'm not going to use it that much for texting. It's mainly to get texts. But there are a couple of tips and tricks that I was able to find that I'll briefly go over that will possibly be helpful to anybody that's using the Tracfone Alcatel MyFlip2. And now for a bit of comparison between the old phone, the Nokia, and the new phone, the Alcatel MyFlip2. The Nokia phone has a center button and has a ring around it, which is effectively a directional switch that allows you to go up, down, left, or right when you push in that direction. And there are 4 buttons surrounding it that have corner symbols. And these are almost identical to the Alcatel MyFlip2. They have corner symbols, and they also have the bottom 2 switches also. On the Nokia phone, if you push the center button, that gets you to the voicemail and the messages and the texting and the settings. So if you want to navigate to the settings, you do it with this 4-way switch. You just navigate over to it. This is the settings on the Nokia, and to enter it, you just push the center button. I'm not going to change anything on there. I'm going to leave it as is because everything is fine the way it is. So there's some similarities between the Nokia and the Alcatel MyFlip2 as far as the buttons and the function of the buttons. One tip has to do with the power saving mode. And to get to the power saving mode, when you're on home screen, you press OK. Then you see a number of icons. And the icon you want to navigate to is the settings. Well, the setting icon looks like a gear. And you can get to it by going down or right, whatever is best. You can just keep going down. And then you want to move to the gear. It's this one. Then OK. This is where all the settings are. And the type of setting is the small lettering at the top. So what you want to do is you want to go to the right until you get the device. It's this one. Now you want to go down. The battery. Then OK. Now you want to go down to power saving mode. I have the power saving mode set to on. when it's set to on, that turns off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and geolocation. I'm not using any of that, so if you turn the power saving mode on, it saves up from eating up the battery. If you want to change it either to on or off, you just say okay. It's right now it's on. To toggle it on or off, you just go up or down, then okay. I'm going to leave it as is because I want to leave the power saving mode on. And to go back, just red button. Another tip has to do with the automated female voice that you may hear when you hit the wrong button or when you're setting it up wrong and you hit the wrong button, that is readout. Well, that automated female voice is in accessibility, which is in the settings. So that if you get that voice and you don't want it, what you do from the home screen is press OK. Then again, you want to navigate to settings. In settings is the blue gear. So just go down or right or whatever until you get to the gear. That's the settings. Then OK. And again, the series of settings are the small letters at the top. So you need to go over right to device and then go down to accessibility. Now OK. And now go down. Readout. Readout is the choice that you want to select to either turn it on or turn it off. I have it off right now. If you wanted to turn it on, you would go to here. And you could toggle it either on or off from here. So you could toggle it on or off and then OK. I'm going to leave it off because I don't want that readout. I don't want that automated voice. So I'll just leave it as is. So I'll just go back, red button. Of course, to turn off the phone, you can just hold down the red key. Then you get to here. And you just go down. Power off. OK. That turns off the phone. I hope some of my tips are helpful to anybody that has purchased or going to purchase a Alcatel MyFlip2. And I hope you've enjoyed my tale of obtaining the phone. Whether or not I do more tech or unboxing videos, that's unknown at this point. I may or may not. It all depends. But the future is always unknown.